King Solomon wrote in Mishlei, chapter 1, verse 5, Yishma Chacham, the scholar, the smart scholar would listen, Yosef lekach, and would add the right conclusions to his life, the right judgment. Venavon, and a wise person, tachbulot ikne, will learn how to be sneaky against the evil inclination and against his desires. Because without tricks in a war, there's no way to win. Ve'abal leta'er mesa'im beyado. Someone who comes to purify himself, Hashem will help him to purify himself. Someone who wants to impurify himself, Hashem will also help him. It's up to you. Ki Hashem iten chochmah. God is giving wisdom. Mipiv da'at u'tvuna. There are three things here. Chochmah, Binah, Vadat. Chochmah, Binah, Vadat. In this verse, this is what it says. It's in the book of Mishlei, King Solomon, the smartest person ever lived. Mishlei chapter 2, verse 6. This is the verse. God will give intelligence, and from his mouth, da'at, soon I'm going to explain what da'at is, and wisdom. So we have intelligence, wisdom. Rabbi, how do you say da'at in English? You have chokhmah, it's intelligence. Wisdom is it's a tvuna, navon. How do you say da'at? You know what it means now? That means the ability to take what you know and translate it into action. Do you have a word like this in English, or in English vocabulary it just doesn't exist because nobody does it anyway? That's the question. Some words you just don't have, in a certain language. All right, so let me explain what's, and we'll finish with that. Chokhmah means regular intelligence. Someone tells you a story. Go 10 blocks, make a right, 2 blocks, make a left, go, make a U-turn. There's a pink house. That's where you go. You understand. You don't need to be a genius. Your brain works. You know what to do. Wisdom, wise, it's called Binah, Navon, Tvuna. This all comes from the same root. What is it? The ability to understand one thing from another. Which means 2 times X equals 6. Anybody told you what X is? No. How do you know what X? How do you know X is 3? How do you know? Nobody really told you. Nobody mentioned 3. Nobody in the story. How do you know? You use your wisdom. It's called Tvuna. Really, it's an investigation. A person can do his own investigation in his mind. The more your wisdom is getting higher and higher, the better detective you're going to be. Detectives, some of them are really clever. Every little detail can change the entire thing. Everything. They found something over here. They saw the way the blood is dripping. It was this way, that way. This is called wisdom. It's not knowledge. It's wisdom. Because you investigate from one thing, you understand. Like you hear on the news that someone got murdered and the police found on the rug mud. What do you know? That was a rainy day. How mud arrived to the rug? The murderer had mud in his shoes and he brought it into the house. So nobody told you that it was a rainy day in Texas where the murder took place. But you already know it. You can write it in your conclusion. They ask you, how do you know? You went in Texas, you saw that it was raining. How do you know? So how do I know? Because they found mud on the rug. That means there was mud on the outside. He brought it into the house. One thing leads to another. So that's called wisdom. And how do you know God exists? How do you know the Torah is real? Only through wisdom. Only. Because chokhmah, intelligence, it's a matter of faith. You hear, you want to believe, you don't want to believe. It's up to you. Wisdom is to investigate, go deeper and deeper, and you find scientific proofs that you know that this book can never be written by a person. One thing leads to another. If you see that 3,300 years ago, the Torah knew the number of the stars. There's no equipment for it. That leads you to only one conclusion. The creator of the world wrote it. If you see that the Torah knew all the different kinds of species lives in the ocean, 72% of the world, and I promise you'll never find a fish with scales with no fins. Never, ever in history and future, never. What does it tell you? A person can never write this book. Doesn't matter what all the atheists screaming and making fun. Who cares about them? They don't know what they live for. What's the conclusion? There are 7, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500 points in the Torah and in the Talmud. Nobody can answer how it's there. A person could never write it in any generation. 1,000 people combined, take 1,000 Albert Einstein, give them money, equipment, they would not be able to write it in any book, ever. In no given time, even today. That's it. There's no answer against it. The other parts I understand, I don't understand, I have questions, sometimes it doesn't make sense to me, fine. But there are hundreds of places in the Torah and the Talmud that nobody can answer. That's it. How many more proofs you need? How many? 1 witness, 2, 5, 10, 20, 500, 5. The more witnesses are coming and repeating the story, the more convincing it is. There's only one problem. The evil inclination makes us forget. I know a person, every time you watch one of my scientific lecture, I get an email, okay, I'm convinced, that's Judaism is the truth. And 2 or 3 days later, starting to talk to me against Islam, this, that. What happened? Just 2 days ago, I said, oh, now I know for sure this Islam is not good and Christianity is not the truth. I now understand Judaism is the only real. 2 days later, 3 days later, he goes to some Muslim ceremony and speaking about this one and that one. What do you see? To reach this level, it's temporary. That's what the Torah says. It will go away. Because that's the test of life. If a person was able to reach it once and that's it, it stays like this. That's it. There's no more dilemmas, no more tests. The test is always people talk against and this. I can prove to you, no, the Torah is not from Hashem. All this nonsense, but it will never end. Don't ever expect it to end. So King Solomon says like this: Hashem, God gives the intelligence, and from Him you also get the wisdom and the da'at. Let's finish with this. What's da'at is? When a person has intelligence and wisdom, and now he begins to learn and to investigate. If he did not translate it into actions, as the Torah says, you should do, and you should do. It's all about doing, and it stays in your head. Like some people say, I'm religious in my heart. I'm religious in my head. You're religious in your head, you are 0. You're religious in your heart, you're -0. You're religious in your action, you're a righteous person. What's worse? To be 0 religious in your mind, or to be 100% religious in your mind? Both of them do not do. The 0 knowledge and the 100% knowledge in his mind. What's worse? Who is a bigger criminal? The one who knows everything and does nothing. The more he knows and the less he does, the more criminal he is. I always say, what's better? To be a partner with a Jew that doesn't believe in anything, or to be a partner with a goy that believes in a false religion? False religion. He bow down to his idols. He think this guy will give him a smack if he won't bow down to him. Maybe Buddha get angry, he didn't make him an omelet in the morning. I don't know. But he's afraid of someone. That's the point. You're not in a business. He wants to steal. Everyone wants to steal. Everyone wants to cheat. That's the nature of people. But he doesn't do it because Buddha is watching. At least that's what he thinks. So this is actually indirectly helping you that he fears his false God or his false religion, but at least he fears someone. This one doesn't fear anyone. No Din, no Dayan, nothing. So the other one is actually in a way is better than him. Yeah, he's a goy, he's a Jew, doesn't matter. He's afraid of someone. It's better a false religion partner than someone who has no religion and doesn't believe in anything and do whatever. As soon as you leave the door, he begins to steal and cheat and forge. Why? He doesn't believe there's a high watch over me. But look at the Muslim. Muslim wants to steal from you. What does he think? Allah is watching. So he's thinking twice. Christian that believes in God, or in JC. Even JC. Wow, JC get upset. JC said not to steal. You know? Many people write to me emails that they love JC very much because of his humanity. He writes beautiful things. So I answer to them, I make a deal with you. You send to me all the quotes by JC, and I guarantee that everything you like that he said, I will show it to you in the Talmud. Everything. Love your neighbor. It's in the Torah. Someone smack you over here, give him the other one. That's not in the Torah because it's stupid. Someone, your enemy comes to kill you, kill him first. If it's true what he said, I promise you it's in Chazal, in the sages. So why are you giving him credit? Why they give him credit? Because they don't know that he copies some of the things he says from the Gemara, from his rabbis. Who? He was in yeshiva, Rav Yoshua ben Parchia. Everything positive he ever said in his life comes from his rabbi. Who do you think he learned it from? He was putting tefillin in his bar mitzvah. How did he know he has to do it? He learned it from the rabbis. He knew how to write names of God, this, to do all kinds of things. How did he know it? He learned it from the Jews, from the Torah. He was a Jew. What? So why are you giving him credit like he invented something? It's nothing. So the conclusion like this. להישיר איש איש את דרכו לפני בוראו. Hashem will help you to become straight if you see you really care.